Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone around the world. It's quite new experience, and it's already a new normal already that we see each other through this kind of virtual meeting or virtual seminar like this. I am Dr. Antika Sawadsri. I'm the Dean of Faculty of Architecture at the KMITL or the King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang, Thailand. I'm very honored to be here to share with you about the design education as a creator of change agent in the digital disrupt world. I think we all know that we are in the digital age, and there are a lot of benefits and a lot of useful things come with the digital age. We have a lot of information in hand. We have a shortened time to get into the very helpful information or the new technology come in the digital age. And of course, it has another side of the coin when we have to deal with a lot of data, a lot of information. How can we survive in the ocean of information? And of course, throughout the development about in the digital age, we heard a lot of new skills that we require for the new generation, such as the digital information literacy or critical thinking and innovative thinking. In Thailand, in some years ago, Professor John Hawkins came to Bangkok and talking about encouraging the country development basing on the economic that relate with creativity. The creative economy will be the one that can help the citizen or population or the economy of the country to develop into the better way. Of course, the aim and ultimate goal is to improve the quality of life of the population. And it comes to replace the heavy industry, such as the industry that basing on the labor market. And Professor John Hopkins that time, he mentioned very important message that because of the new kind of economy, such as the creative economy, require the new skills as well and the new individual competencies. And I think this is the key important role of the educator. Either you are in the architecture, in the design field, or even in the medical discipline, we all need to change and to update our skill. What are the skills and competency to be change agent in the design education? At KMITL, we create a new international architectural program called Architectural Intelligence and Design Thinking, as we believe that architects and designers are no longer artists in industry, but specialist change agents in the creative economy. For example, we heard a lot when we have the high-rise building, they have the problem in that. In many times, people looking for some profession, such as the engineer or the medical, if they have some accident. But where are those architects? I think architects play important role in many subjects, in many professions in the world. But we need to change the way of thinking about this profession as architect or designer. We are no longer artists in the industry, but we are the key specialist change agent in the creative economy. In this new program, therefore, we need to prepare the next generation, the new skills and competency, such as the digital skill, the management skill, the critical thinking, and awareness of the environment. And of course, we need a new process of getting to the good information. It's called design thinking skill. And that's why we come with the new program, come with the 4 different modules. We call the digital architecture, the construction and facility management, and sustainable tropical design and design thinking. In these 4 different modules, we aim to prepare the new generation to tackle with the more complicated world challenge. In this program, in the first year, the student has opportunity to prepare their both hand, heart, and head all together to develop their skill. They need to understand the difference of other profession. They need to have the collaborative skill to work with some other discipline. And of course, the digital skill is very important. The student not only study by hand, but they need to learn the new tools. For example, in this picture is a laser scanner. It's important when we have the new kind of a city that we want to create for improving the quality of life of people. We need a lot of information and we need a lot of precise information. That's why we need to combine the hand, heart, and head of the student as well as the digital tool. For example, in this picture showing you that we use the laser scanner to scan the whole building because they are quite old building 50 years ago, and it's difficult to find the paperwork. And the student has learned how to collect the data in different way, in different tool. So they learn the new kind of digital tool at the same time. In this case, I want to emphasize here that we need not only for the user experience, but we need to design the human better experience. And of course, because nowadays it's quite complicated problem around us. So it's not only the user experience, but we need to include all the stakeholders as well. At KMITL, in my faculty, we have a center called Inclusive Design Environment and Research, or IDEA unit. In that unit, we research closely with the people with different ability. Either they use the wheelchair, or they are get older, or they are blind, for example. In this center, we use the design thinking process, or you can call the user-centric design. We empathize the pain of different kind of users, such as in this picture, I sit in a wheelchair to understand what kind of pain and what the requirement of the user themselves. And of course, we train the student to understand the other when they not have that kind, the same of experience, or they have to be blind themselves and to mock up as one if they have to travel when they cannot see, what kind of design that can have the solution for other users. We also use the design thinking process into the classroom when they are the young architect or architects to be. In the class, we invite the real disabled person to be a coach for them. We invite them to train the student the very special experience in daily life. And we call this, we design the human experience in the living space. I think it's more and more advanced method or methodology to work with the different experience around the world. In this picture, I have very good experience in Norway when they include diverse discipline. In this picture, it's not necessarily you are an architect or designer. You can be other careers to work together to find a solution to design a public space. So I call the process of include everyone is very important, or inclusive design. In inclusive design, of course, the user experience is very important. Someone we not understand, but we need to do the simulation. In this picture, we simulate as if we were partial blind or cannot see clearly what will happen with our experience and what kind of design solution that we need to work with different disciplines. And the result is very important because when we work with other disciplines, we understand different requirements from different ability of the user. We can create a lot of innovative design, such as in the public space, how can you travel if you have ability which are very different of travel. In some countries, it's already happened. For example, in Japan, I think we all love to travel in Japan and walking along the street because the footpath is so friendly. In this picture, I took it in Japan where the older people can walk by themselves independently in the city. And that creates a lot of new kind of local economy. This is not only the design that can help the user experience, but the design can create the new creative economy as well. And also in this example, very interesting, when we understand the different user requirements, we can create the different ability of travel, and everyone can enjoy the same city in their own way. And finally, I really value of the human experience, but we need to do it with the empathy. Recently, we all face about the COVID-19 crisis. We share a lot of the same pain around the world. We are one world now. And at KMITL, as the architect, we cannot work alone to create the thing that can help the people such as doctor, nurse to fight with the COVID-19. This year, we create an innovative design with the different discipline. In this picture, we call the positive swab testing box, when we can help the doctor and nurse or the people who are in the healthcare. We create this box to prevent the doctor when they want to do the swab test, to test the person under investigate. So this work, we did a lot of number of boxes like this distribute around Thailand to help that kind of person. This is the result of we use the design thinking process. We work with engineer, we work with doctor, we work with some other scientists. And of course, we got a lot of information from doctor and nurse and the patient who take that risk with the COVID-19. And then we create this kind of safety that protect the doctor to work closely at the front line with the people who are in the risk of the COVID-19. So I want to underline here, the human experience is very important in the design process. And to doing that, to create a success innovation, we need to design with empathy. Thank you very much.